Hey y'all, back again with another story time. But before I get into this story, I would like for you to click the notification bell and also subscribe to my channel. Um, I hope that y'all like the other stories that I had, but there's plenty more to come. This story is called My Many Stalkers. I can say many stalkers. But yeah, everybody think because you a big girl, you ain't got no stalkers. That's a damn lie. It is. I'm just going to jump right into this story. So, very first stalker that I had, it was just weird. So here in Philly, we have this thing called the party line, and it was years ago. Like a lot of people used, they used to just jump on there to talk to other people. Us as teens, it was like we was on there and it was grown men on there, grown women, whatever. And you know most likely them grown men be on there and they be eyeing the teenage girls that's like what 16, 17. So me and my girlfriends used to jump up on there. We used to get bored because we used to sit in the house and we had nothing to do. So we would jump on there. We make up our fake party line intros over the phone, and then after you make your party line intro, you you surf a lot of voicemails just to hear different dudes outtake on stuff and what they on there for. So we went and we got on there, and my girlfriends after a couple hours they was getting real bored or whatever because I guess they wasn't finding what they was looking for in there. So they was just like, look, we gonna go home, we see you tomorrow, if you want to stay on there yourself you can. I was like, I was like, because I know when y'all leave I'm gonna be bored and I'm not gonna go to sleep. So I decided that I was gonna still stay on there. I stayed on there for about maybe an hour and a half. And at the time, I think I was like 15, 16. And I remember I did look up and I started talking to this one guy. At first, he seemed so natural with it and content with the conversation where it was going. So we talked for maybe 2 or 3 days. When we talked for 2 or 3 days over the phone, at this point we haven't met each other or anything like that. We talked over the phone. So we talked over the phone, and when we did talk over the phone, um, the first 3 days were cool. He seemed normal. The conversation that we were having seemed very normal, normal teenage stuff. So then after the third day, it became on the fourth day when stuff started slowly getting weird. Because it was like, okay, we were on the phone and we were talking about the same stuff we were talking about for those 3 days. And then the fourth day came in when he decided to tell me, oh yeah, my father is a big superstar in one of those the old school bands and stuff. And I was like, oh really? He was like, yeah. Then it just shot downhill from there. And he was just like, he don't care about me. And I'm like, okay. I said, well, don't you have a mother that cares about you? Because I have a mother and a father that cares about me. And he was like, no, no, she don't care about me either. All she just concerned about was getting a check. And I'm like, okay, like why? Why are you, I don't understand. Like, why are you with these people if they're not concerned? And if your dad is a star in one of the old folks joints, like the old folk bands, why isn't he sending you money or trying to help you out or something? Like he was like, he don't care about me. He don't care about me. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I remember he just kept asking me for pictures. Now at this time, you couldn't tell me nothing at this time. I thought I was the shit. I had gotten my first ever in life Sprint cellular phone. It was the big silver ones with the big face on it and it's flipping. I'm old as shit, y'all. Y'all need to know this. I'm really fucking old. So we got I got my little Silver Springs phone with the big screen. I thought I was the shit. What? Like I was up there. I thought I was up there and I had the blue, like how they had the Blackberries and all that stuff. What? I thought I was the shit. You could not tell me nothing. Like, so I had my phone and shit, and I'm checking my phone thinking I'm the shit. What, child, please? So he asked me, he was like, well, can you send me a picture of yourself? And I was just like, I don't know. This is like kind of creepy because after that fourth day we started talking, he was just tripping. So we talked again for a little while, and I told him, I said, well, I have to take a nap or go to sleep because I have school tomorrow. And he was like, oh, okay. Can we talk tomorrow? I was like, yeah, no problem. I was like, but I gotta get me some rest because I have school. He hung up. I say 2 hours later, he calls my sister phone. Now, at this time, I was living with my sister. It was a bunch of us living with my sister. So he calls the house phone instead of my cell phone. So when he called the house phone, he woke everybody up in the house. And then, like, my sister answered the phone. She was like, well, who is this? And he just hung up. So then he calls my phone, and it was late, and I was knocked the hell out not knowing that he was calling my phone and then my sister's phone back and forth. So after a while, my sister woke me up and was like, well, somebody keep calling here on my phone, on the house phone, waking everybody up. And I'm like, I don't know who it is. I'm playing dumb as hell. Like, no, I shouldn't have been calling no boys off my sister house phone. It might sound ghetto, but if y'all know y'all know what it means, and y'all know what it means to be a certain age and having a house phone and not a cell phone sometimes, y'all know what it was. Like when we was in high school, some of us wasn't even worrying about cell phones. Like everybody was still worrying about pagers. Like, so he wound up calling me like early that morning when I left out for school. And I talked to him and I was like, well, my sister said you kept calling the phone like late at night. He was like, oh yeah, you told me to call you back, so I called you back. And I was like, well, I told you to call me in the morning because I had to go to school. And he was like, yeah. I said, well, right now I'm on my way to school, so I'm gonna have to call you back when I get my lunch, hit my lunch break. He was like, okay. Like I said, again, like 20-30 minutes later, he calls me again. I'm like, okay. Now I'm starting to feel that vibe, like something ain't the fuck right. So after my lunch break, I called him, and he just started with the heavy breathing and paranoia. Why didn't you answer your phone? Why didn't you answer your phone? I was like, you do realize I'm in school, right? Like, I'm in school, and we're not allowed to answer our phones in school unless we on lunch break. You should have answered your phone. I'm like, now mind you, at this time, I'm just like, something ain't right. Like, something ain't right. So after a couple hours, I went home. And when I went home, he continued to call me on my phone. Then he continued to ask me why haven't I sent him my picture yet, which I had my doubts about certain stuff. So that just filtered in even more after the 5th day when he started doing this crazy phone call shit. So I was like, okay. He called me again. And he kept asking me to send him a picture. I kept telling him I can't do that. My phone doesn't do that. You know, making up all types of shit because I knew this way it was kind of happening. So he just was like, well, okay, well, give me your address so I can come see you in person. I was just like, this nigga out of pocket. He done lost his mind here. Like, nah, we only been talking for like 5 or 6 days at this point. No, I'm not giving you my fucking address. Is you serious? So after a while, he kept calling. We was talking on the phone. And then, like, I say the 6th day, the end of the 6th day, or it's going on the 7th day, he told me, he was like, I know we've been only talking for a couple days, but I feel like I want to say, I love you. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, what? He was like, because you're kind. And all. I said, sir, I could be a serial killer over the phone. You don't know me. Like, you can't just straight up say you love somebody. Then I was just like, well, I can't say the same because we only been talking for a couple of days. He was just like, well, you don't love me, forget you then. Hung up on me. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So he calls me back. And then he was just like, well, you don't love me. You're just like my mother and my father. And they don't love me either. And all they think about is money. And I'm like, all right, this nigga crazy. It's done. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's just time. So it got to a point where I hung up my phone. And he just kept crying before I hung up. So he calls me back again on my cell phone. And when I picked it up, he just started screaming at me, talking about, you don't understand. No, you don't understand. And I'm like, what the fuck going on here? Like, man, I got to get, So I hung up again. Then he decides to call my sister's phone, my sister's house phone. She picked up. He breathed in the phone. She hung up. He called back. He started cursing her out. He didn't even know my motherfucking sister. Like, he just started cursing her out. And I was like, what the hell? I'm all fucking dumbed and shit. Like, she like, you got some crazy ass boy calling my house? I was like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I blamed him on my friend, my best friend. And we gonna name him Tony. I blamed it on Tony. I'm sorry, Tony. I blamed it on you. But I had to, because she was probably gonna beat my ass if I but I blamed it on Tony. I said, Tony did that. And then she was like, let me speak to Tony. Tony, you got these crazy ass dudes calling here for my sister on the phone, crying and shit. He was like, what? And then I had to hurry up and call him on the other phone. I was like, just tell her, yeah, you did. Cover for me. So he covered for me or whatever. But after a while, the dude started calling my sister's phone, house phone, and started calling my phone back and forth like every 15 minutes or every 10 minutes. And I was like, this shit is getting out of fucking hand. So then it got to a point where she had some kind of call block on her phone. She blocked the boy number. So he just kept calling my phone. So when I answered my phone, he was like, I swear to God, if you don't talk to me or be with me or say you love me, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I'm like, I ain't got time for this shit. Sir, I'm gonna call you later. No, you don't fucking understand. You don't understand. I'm like, Sorry, I'm gonna call you later. I just hung up. Now, me being a 17-year-old girl or 16-year-old girl, that kind of scares the shit out of you a lot. Like, it's not kind of, it does. So, this went on like this for like, I could say 2 months, okay? And it was like, he kept calling me saying he was going to kill himself. And he couldn't get through to my sister's house phone. So, he had to rely on calling my phone all the time. And he just kept saying he was going to kill himself, kept crying over the phone, all this stuff for days. And I'm in my head like, if he was going to kill himself, he should have fucking been did it. My bad. I don't mean to say that for people that be, you know, suicide. But from my understanding, I know suicide is not a good thing. But, you know, certain people threaten their life to get the attention of other people. It's fucked up. But you got certain people out there that do it because they want that attention. So he just kept saying he was going to kill himself. At first he was going to kill his dad. Then he was going to kill himself. Because none of them care about him. So they going to die with him. And I was just like, what kind of fucking bullshit did I stumble upon? And then he was just like, you know, crying every time. So it got to a point where I had a girls' night at my sister's house at the time with all my girlfriends. So we had a little girls' night. I was cooking as usual because that's what I do. I cook all the time. So I was cooking, baking fish, all that good stuff. We was having some wine. Yeah, I was 16. I shouldn't have been freaking drinking. But we had like 2 little glasses of wine. We had our baked salmon and everything like that. We sitting there having the girls' night. We all talking and laughing at crazy stuff. So I turned to my girlfriend and I told her, I said, listen, I think I got a stalk on my hands. She was like, what you mean? I was like, I think I got a stalk on my hands. Like, this boy keep calling my phone, telling me he gonna kill himself and kill his dad. And she was like, what? I said, yeah. So by the time me and her finished talking about it, I looked down on my phone. He was calling me again. I told her, I said, listen. I was like, Toya, listen, like, he keep calling me. I don't know what to do. She was like, give me your phone. Give me your fucking phone. So I gave her my phone. She answered it. As soon as he picked up the phone, he just started crying. And she was like, my girl, I love that girl to death. She used to have me dying. But Toya was like, who this? And they was like, well, I'm looking for Takia. She was like, this ain't her phone no more. She got burnt. Somebody took her phone. This ain't her phone no more. Then she hung up. And she was like, something wrong with that boy. Something is wrong with him. I said, what did he say? She was like, he kept crying, talking about he was going to kill us. So I said, I told you he was saying that. Then he called the phone back again. And this time he sounded like a blubbering mess, like a little 5-year-old boy crying. So my girlfriend answers the phone again. She was like, listen, buck the fuck up. This is not her phone no more. She got. This ain't her phone. Stop calling her fucking phone. I was just like, oh my God. And then she hung up. And he continued to keep calling my phone still. And then she answered the phone again. And I guess she told him something real terrible. But all I know is he stopped calling, okay? Somehow, some way, that boy got my picture. I don't know how, but he was running through my block asking people, did they know me? Like, it wasn't on my block specifically. Like, he was, like, I say, yeah, it was like a bus ride away, a couple bus rides away from my block. He's showing people around the neighborhood these freaking pictures of me, asking them, do they know me? Luckily, my neighbor's daughter across the street was up that way where he was at and noticed that he had a picture of me showing it around, asking people, do y'all know me? Like, he was really fitting to come find me. Like, he really was. I ain't having it. I ain't like, hey. But that was my story time about when I had this crazy ass stalker. Like, he was just tripping. But anyway, y'all, subscribe to my channel. And also click the notification bell so I can get noticed on YouTube, y'all, because I'm trying to get noticed. I'm not trying to get noticed on some bad stuff. I'm trying to get noticed on some good stuff. All right, y'all. See y'all next time. Peace, y'all.